Tonight we're going to talk about the Lions' effing choke job. Never mind. I don't want to get into it yet. We got the NFL Championship weekend. We're going to talk about that. We've got the bet of the year. Yes, that's right. You've heard it here first. The bet of the year. I have no hat on, by the way. We got a hot topic. We got beer. Of course, we got trivia. I'm JT. We are the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers, guys. This show is BS.
Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in
the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Hey, if you're seeing us live on YouTube, if you're seeing us on YouTube, man, is it great to be with you. It is really good to be with you. And if you're catching us live on YouTube, please feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. We'd love to hear from you. We already got a chatter. It's Realtor Lauren. What's going on, Realtor Lauren? She wants to know if Rich got replaced.
Nothing's off the table.
You're more observant than we thought. But we said if anybody would catch that, it would be Realtor Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see if Rich even catches it. I doubt it. Yeah, if I was saying, feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. And if you'd rather, you can text us. That number to text us, I'm going to try to remember to check it tonight. TNG Live 007, also known as 864-548-3007. And listen, folks, if we provide you any sort of value tonight, maybe it's the bet of the year.
That's a Richie classic, right? He's sort of the brains behind that, right?
He's the brains of the operation. The bet of the year. We're going to talk about that.
It cost me to bankrupt my FanDuel account because of it.
So it's going to be worth it because it's the bet of the year. We got that coming up. We got the Chips theme song going on in the background too.
BOTY.
Yeah, bet of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Bet of the year. I like it. Do me a favor. Here's all you got to do, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Looks like this. And or your subscription to the Numbers Guys would be big league appreciated. And now with me, as it is every week, as it should be, to my right, your left for the entire hour, we got my boy. Oh, by the way, here's the number. 864-548-3007. Forgot that. Here you go. Here's D-Dub. There he is.
I'm having a hell of a hair day here.
Yeah, you're looking pretty good today.
That's called forgetting to comb your hair.
You just got a haircut last week, too.
What can I say? Thank you.
Yeah.
For noticing.
It's already growing out. Your hair grows a lot faster than mine. Probably because I wear a hat most of the time.
I take them vitamins.
What vitamin is that for hair growth?
The ones to make the hair grow faster.
What's that? Propecia?
Alopecia. Yeah, that's...
No. That's when you don't have the hair. That's what the pastronaut has, I think. He's got alopecia where he can't grow it. Is that true?
No. I think maybe you're onto something.
I think so.
Dobbs?
Yes, Josh Dobbs.
The astronaut. The astronaut. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good name for a quarterback. Nickname.
Sure. Well, you're the only person I have to introduce right now because Richie is on his way, taking his daughter to volleyball. And Realtor Lauren says she notices it every week. I usually do something with Rich on the thumbnail. I do. I like to have a good time with that. But this week, it's going to be part of our hot topic. We're going to talk about
Rich's future.
Rich's future here
Jeez.
at the numbers, guys.
Shouldn't air our dirty laundry, but at the same time,
Yeah, sure, it happens.
gotta be here.
So it's 7:15. Rich said he'll be here approximately what time?
8:15.
8:15. Well, let's maybe dive right into libation exploration. You want to do that, or
Hey, you can drink his if you want.
okay? All right, let's do it. Here, hey, we start every show off with this. Here it is.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers guys.
And we are back in Studio 8B. Did you ever wonder what a two-man show would be like?
That was the original plan, wasn't it?
That was, yeah, that was
Just
the
the
original.
brains and brawn.
Brains and brawn. That's right.
Powers of glory.
This is what it would be. I feel like we're missing now. Tones is on he's on a cruise, or he's actually flying to Florida to get on a cruise.
Cool.
Yeah,
He's jet setting.
he is. Yeah, he's kind of a man about town. Tones is. So we're without him tonight.
We're without the handsome one.
Yeah, he's the one. Rich said he looks like Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Do you see
Sure.
that? I kind of see that.
You don't see Christian with his helmet off much.
That's true.
In that commercial with Jerry Rice, I guess that'd be the biggest opportunity.
Yeah, it's a pretty good commercial with Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
I like that one.
Jerry's leading Rice.
Right.
Was that how that goes?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. So Tones will be back next week. And like I said, Rich should be here in a minute. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and taste a beer. This one's courtesy of me because everybody got the trivia answer right last week.
It's going to be a hell of a trivia as of right now.
Well, let's just say
Me versus you.
that's a good point. I didn't think about that, but yeah, it would be an easy.
If I get it wrong, you buy the beer. If I get it right, you buy the
I'd
beer.
buy the beer. Yeah,
So-
we're gonna definitely wait for Rich for this. Anyway, today's beer. Let me put this on the screen for everybody here.
It's a local classic here.
It is a classic. Hey, wait, Aunt Debbie. Aunt Debbie's in the house. She's in the chat. She says Abbott and Costello. That's about right. I'd like to know which one's
Thank you.
Abbott and
Mutt-
which one's.
I've heard Mutt and Jeff. I've heard Amos and Andy.
Yeah, both of those. Felix and who was the other one?
Unger? No.
Damn, what was his name?
Oh, Oscar.
Oscar. Yeah, Felix and Oscar.
The odd couple.
Correct.
Which one am I?
You're probably the less uptight of the two. Whichever
Okay,
one that
I like
is.
that.
Yeah.
Let's
think that was-
Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
You're the clean freak.
I'm the kind of the clean freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always cleaning up after.
I Windexed the tables today. Like my fat Greek wedding. I was up here Windexing. I noticed you seem to have a problem. You get a lot of shit on that table over there.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I don't know if it's you or Tones, but it's definitely towards your side.
Tones is pretty clean.
Yeah, he's a clean freak.
I mean, I would say it's me, but I don't know.
Well, you're not going to notice it now because I cleaned it. You're not going to see it. I cleaned it up.
Dumb and Dumber, Aunt Debbie says.
Jeez. Yeah, no, that's probably
Which one am I?
where you're the dumber.
Oh, damn
You're the dumber of the two.
Damn it.
Tonight's beer. This is, like you said, a local classic. If you're from Michigan or you're from Southeast Michigan, you know this one. I've had it. I think DW, you've had it.
Yeah, but it's been many moons since
Me
I've been
too.
there.
Me too. This is Final Absolution from Dragon Mead. This is a Belgian triple, 10%.
Man, I remember when 10% was a big deal.
Right. Yeah, that was a big deal.
We went 20% above that last week.
It says a smooth finish and sweeter. It doesn't give you a reference point to what it's sweeter than. It just says sweeter.
Well,
A Belgian triple or a triple, as some people
I've
might
heard
call
that.
it.
It's
Yeah.
French, sure.
French, sure. This
It
is
used to be you could only get it in the bottle form unless you were drinking out of the tap and getting a growler
Oh, no kidding.
to go. Yeah, and the bottles were not like, I don't know if they were labeled. They were just, capped, and it was just like a generic dark bottle.
You're going way back.
Yeah. I remember buying a case of it from it's right there on 696 and is it DeQuinder?
Yeah, slightly a reddish hue on this one.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see that.
Well, isn't it it is a Tripel.
It is.
Why was I thinking Scotch Ale?
I don't know. I thought so too.
What
Isn't
was
that
the
weird?
Scotch Ale?
I don't know.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, here's to you.
Hey, cheers to us. The original numbers, guys. Here, let's taste this.
As K-Dub would say, that'll put some hair on your ass.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting, huh?
It is interesting.
I don't know what that flavor is.
Better than that last one we had, I'll tell you that, by a mile. The last triple we had?
Which one was that now?
That was the one from the place out in by Holland there. Remember, I didn't like it.
When we had
Wooden Shoes was on the show.
the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that was his son's favorite beer.
Correct.
Now, his son's only 10, so I don't know how much he could know about beer.
Probably doesn't know much about beer.
Shout out to my man, I want to say Mason.
Is that his name?
I want to say
You don't know, do you?
Leo. It's Leo.
Leo, that's a cool name for a kid.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I remember
After one of your favorite actors.
well, one of them. Yeah. Like him. No, I'm not going to go into this story. All right, let's give. Hopefully, Rich is not going to miss this. He's going to be able to give a rating.
I can do it for him if you want.
Yeah. All right. You want to start with Rich? Go ahead, Rich.
Let's just leave it just in case he sneaks in the next because I got about 12 minutes to talk about this.
Well, it's very complex. So yeah, I'd like to hear your take on this.
No, it's almost unpalatable. It's hard to it's not pleasant on the tongue.
Okay.
Sort of has a foul taste to it. Is that wrong?
I don't get it. I don't get that taste. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't get it.
It's not. Believe me, it's not purple. It's not the purple flavor.
Okay.
But it's almost like cough syrup.
I could see a little purple, little grape drink.
Grape. That's what it is.
Yeah, there's a hint of grape drink. Maybe that's what it says. Sweeter on here. Sweeter.
Rich says 4.2. I'm reading ahead.
He ain't gonna give us a 4.2.
I'm reading ahead into the comments.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a big Trip L guy.
No, he's not. Rich says 4.2. I'm going to say, Lauren, he's going to say, I don't like this kind of beer. I don't like this style. It's going to be a 2 something. What you think?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe he liked that Trip L.
No, what if we don't tell him that it's a triple?
He can read. I mean, he's not totally. It doesn't really stick out.
No, it doesn't stand out. It does not stand out.
This can is needs a little work.
Let's tell him it's a Scotch ale and see if that changes his opinion. You know what I mean?
This can needs to be reworked a little bit.
Yeah, it's old school.
Yeah,
it is old school. In fact, here is the picture of the can. It's right here. This is exactly what it looks like. Not very fancy, but then again, it's a small brewery, and it's local.
It's not bad if you shine the light directly on the can, but I mean, we're sitting here in just normal lighting.
Yeah.
And it's barely, the two-tone barely showing up.
Right. All right, so what's your rating?
My rating is 2.7.
2.7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it's still 10%. And I like to support local.
Yeah.
You know?
So you you'll choke it down for the show so you don't look like a bitch?
That's what I'd give it, sure. If I would say if it was what's the day after Black Friday? Is it like Shop Local Saturday or something like that?
Boxing Day, I thought. No, okay. That's the day after Christmas.
I'm drinking this on Shop Local Saturday.
Okay.
Because it's probably the closest one to our current locale.
Yeah, it might be. This is a local classic, and I think for good reason, believe it or not. It does have a bit of a grape drink taste, just a bit.
Isn't that weird?
No, you brought it up. I'm tasting the grape drink.
I think it's called purple drink, but
whatever. Yeah, purple drink.
Typically, it would be grape.
Yeah, it tastes less than the alcohol by volume. Like I'm not getting a lot of boozy taste, right?
It has that. Like, wouldn't you put cough syrup in the boozy sort of category?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not me. But maybe I don't drink the same cough syrup you do.
Oh yeah, that's how they make that purple drink.
Is it with cough syrup? I thought that was scissor.
I don't. Maybe I'm not necessarily down with all the street for me either.
Okay.
Too much sugar.
Yeah, I could see that. You got to watch what you drink. I'm going to go on this one.
Diabetes.
Yeah, that's nothing to laugh about. Believe me. God, I'm gonna go 4-1.
Wow, you really like it.
I like it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'd probably order it in a bar, I would think.
Remind me again, what are some of the other varieties over there at Dragon's Mead?
Man, this was kind of the one. I've never actually been there, believe it or not. Last time I had this beer, do you remember B Spot on Rochester Road? Whoever that bald-headed chef from Cleveland, that was his place.
I don't
kind of a celebrity chef.
I don't think I do remember that.
Okay, it was in the village there in Rochester.
Okay,
but it was called B Spot, and they had fried bologna sandwiches, which were awesome, by the way. But they did have Final Absolution on tap, and I remember drinking this there and thinking that's pretty good.
It'll knock you on your arse.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But again, nowadays, it's Boss Tweed is 9.5 or whatever it is.
Sure. Yeah, whatever I was drinking earlier, I think was 7.
Bud Light Lime.
This was Wicked Possum. We had this on the show. 6.2.
Yeah, that's like sort of the standard, like the minimum.
Yeah, it's kind of an
Bud Light
entry.
Lime though is probably not more than 4.4.
Yeah, that's pretty low. Pretty low.
Incidentally, though, my friend Grant Lawrence, you may know him from
CBC Radio, sure.
Radio 3.
Yeah.
He I'd go to Canada and meet up with him.
Okay.
And I'd be drinking the steam whistle or whatever's Canadian, obviously.
OV?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He would always be drinking Bud Light Lime.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Maybe that's probably like us drinking a Labatt or a Molson or something, right?
Well, maybe. And also, remember that Bud Light and Budweiser were higher alcohol content when we were kids over there in Canada?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was 5 or 5.1 or 5.2.
Okay.
And over here, it's like, what, 4.4?
Boy, I don't know.
Something like that. So,
Interesting.
yes, sir.
Interesting. Aunt Debbie would like to know, good with breakfast?
If you got a hard cough,
Yeah, I wouldn't say good with breakfast. No.
no. What would be an
I
example
think one of
that?
those coffee stouts like we had maybe like last
Yes,
week. That'd
yes.
be a good breakfast kind of beer.
Yeah.
Like a tailgate sort of arrangement.
You're a coffee connoisseur, right?
No.
No.
No, I mean, I like coffee. I don't know much about it.
Okay.
Jarrell, I think he's imported coffee before, I think.
Okay.
He mentioned that.
Commodities, sure.
Yeah, he's in the commodities game.
I got one right now. I told you I got a coffee maker for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a Keurig with the one drink style
Okay.
on half of it and a full pot style on the other half.
That's, they needed to do that full pot
Yeah,
thing.
I think so.
Sure.
And somebody, I think maybe Ethel,
Yeah.
somebody got me a pack of coffee for Christmas as well. It's kind of
Nice.
a coffee centered Christmas.
Yeah, coffee centric.
Yeah. And it was titled Michigan Maple.
Interesting.
Very, very good.
Okay.
Very good. Just put a little whipping cream in there. And you can put the sugar in. That really steps it up a notch. But, diabetes.
Yeah, that's right.
Diabetes.
Well, I know what you're trying to watch.
So you can just drink it with the cream. No sugar and cream.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Not much lactate. I think we talked about that in episode 2.
Yeah, it was early on.
So
It's going pretty well so far.
never realized how much we miss Rich on this show. What he's got.
Rich Antones. Man, this is getting harder. Well, I'll tell you what. This libation, by the way, this is we got a little sponsorship for this one.
I like that sweatshirt you're wearing.
Well, maybe that's a clue. I like that sweatshirt you're wearing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
You got cords in the way, but
yeah, it happens.
I think you can sort of make it out.
Sure. What if I put this on the screen here? It's the Hilltop Bar. That's brought to us. Tonight's libation brought to us by the Hilltop Bar. This is, by the way, the official bar of me and Dubs from the Numbers Guys. That's the Hilltop Bar in Shelby Township. So listen, folks, if you're tuning in from Metro Detroit, from the Metro Detroit area, and you like a good burger, now make that a great burger. You like a great burger, a good drink, and a good time. I want you to hop in the car right now, head over to 21 and a half in Van Dyke Avenue, Leave this video playing, though, if you don't mind, while you do that. And go see our friends, Darko, Lisa, T, and the gang over at the Hilltop. There's actually a link to their location in this video below. DW, you want to talk? I know you've had a lot of burgers in your day. You're kind of the burger guy.
Yeah.
Here on the Numbers Guys.
I would say it currently sits, it's got the best it's got the best bun in Macomb County.
Great bun.
I believe that's locally sourced from Russo's.
Okay.
You ever heard tell of them?
Well, don't give away Darko's secrets here.
We're going to lose this sponsorship before we even sign the dotted line.
Sure.
But best buns in Macomb County, and also it's got to be one of the best two or three burgers in Macomb.
Hey,
don't you think?
I would think so. Here we'll go a wide angle for Rich's arrival. What's going on, man?
Burger time.
Yeah, we're talking burgers. You got a beer over there. You got to try, and you get caught up here.
What did you think? I know it's Mrs. Midwest approved.
It is. She approved it.
Cool.
We had one Tuesday night, and I hadn't had it since they first started serving food. By the way, kitchen's open until 8:30, so if you get moving right now, you'll be able to get yourself one of these. It is juicy, man. That burger is juicy.
Yes, it is.
The produce was good.
That's a 3-napkin burger.
It is. In fact, we took a... Oh, I'm sorry. I got you muted out here, Richie. There you go.
Where's this?
The Hilltop, our new sponsor, by the way.
Awesome.
Well, me and Dub sponsor. What was I saying? Delicious. Squirts grease. Produce was good. 3-napkin. The other thing I noticed was the pickles on that.
Good.
Awesome.
I don't eat pickles.
I know you don't eat pickles. Rich, you like a sweet pickle?
No,
You
not
don't?
sweet.
Okay,
I like pickles, but not sweet.
Slightly sweet, delicious, and like Mrs. Midwest approved.
Yeah, and she's finicky.
Yeah, she is. Well, what I was going to say is we ended up taking an Uber home on Tuesday night, if you can imagine, because me and Mrs. Midwest, we went out, and then we were so nice. You and Ethel met up with us at the Hilltop. We had a burger, and the Uber driver was talking about the burger. He said he's heard it's better than Shamrock.
I tell you what, Shamrock was always my number one, but I'm telling you, it gives us a run for its money.
Yes,
for sure. Different style, and actually, I traditionally would like the Hilltop style better. I like a burger on the flat grill, nice and greasy.
Sure.
Over a open flame burger.
Yeah, well, it's a thicker patty at the Hilltop too.
Thicker.
Now, the rub might be that it's possible that the Uber driver looked familiar. It could have been me that he heard about the burger from. But in any event, it is a good burger. It's a great burger. Probably, I'd like it better. I like it better than Shamrock, personally.
And the fries.
Oh, fries are top notch.
You know, here's the thing.
Top notch.
I think I don't traditionally like that twice baked style of fry.
Right.
I don't know. Theirs are different.
I think it's the stuff they put on them.
Well, the dust is that's we're not going to talk about what's in that because I believe it's 11 secret ingredients.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
But they are very good.
Excellent.
Very good. And we actually had, I think, two batches of fries the other night.
We did, yeah.
And but I know I shouldn't, but I still like the Shamrocks. I don't know why. It's not the twice.
You like the Shamrocks better than Hilltop?
A little bit. Oh,
not me,
Theirs
man.
are the traditional style fry, just covered in salt, pepper, and I believe like maybe garlic butter or something. Did you ever pick that up? They
I never got
something
that.
on their fries. But I'm telling you, get the fries at Hilltop. You will not be disappointed.
Yes, and get the burger at Hilltop. Limited menu, but I think Darko's doing the right thing with that.
Yes, and in fact, my wife had initially questioned whether he should get food or not because it adds a whole nother component to your operating facility, right?
Sure, yeah.
And but he's I think he's doing it right. He's got a few items on the menu, but they're quality.
Right, that's the way to do it.
My son loves the buffalo wings.
He said the wings are big.
They're big. They're big.
Yeah,
And
I haven't had the wings yet.
I think that's there's not a lot to wings, but you get a good one that's a good piece of meat,
Sure.
and then all you got to come up with is a sauce.
Yeah.
There's not a lot there.
Sure. No, you're right. You're right. But definitely worth the trip. And I wrote some things down because I wanted to say some nice stuff, and I have plenty of nice stuff to say about Hilltop. Fair prices.
Yeah.
They don't rip you off. Sometimes you go into a
No.
place, you're paying $8 for a beer. They don't do that shit there.
You picked up my burger the other night. What was that? $12, $13 or something like
Yeah, I don't know,
that?
it wasn't much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very reasonable.
I looked more generous than I really was. So that's, yeah. The owner's there frequently.
And I'll say one thing about Darko. No matter what, he's, I don't want to say obsessive compulsive, but he is a clean freak.
Oh yeah,
The bathrooms, my wife and K Dub, his wife, will swear that they're the cleanest bathrooms.
they are.
They're the cleanest bathrooms around.
Yeah, which is reflective upon the rest of the place.
Well, yeah,
including
I mean,
the kitchen.
If you go into somebody told me this once. If the bathroom looks like this, what do you think the kitchen looks like?
That's right. Yep,
But he keeps a tidy bar,
he does.
and so yeah,
Well, plus the staff is great. Great staff.
staff is great. You might be familiar with Tia,
Yeah, she was on the show,
who's been on the show before,
right?
or Tina, whatever depends on
Depending
who's
on
talking.
who's saying it, right?
Met her once in my life.
There's Richie. You ever been to the Hilltop, Rich?
Yeah, I introduced you to the Hilltop.
Not true. Not true at all.
Oh, is that not true?
That's true.
It's not true.
'Cause I heard that before. That
Well, I'll tell the story my way, and then he can tell the story his way,
All right,
and you
let's
can
hear it.
decide.
All right.
So, me and K Dub went there one time. Our kids played baseball, and there was in the winter training is at 23 in Van Dyke, Shelby Township.
Okay.
And we were trying to find the dive bars. In fact, we were trying to find the low down dirty bar, right?
Okay.
And I remember the Hilltop back in the day as being this. What do you call that? Cinder block.
yeah, it was like a
square
cinder block.
little
I think I'd
place.
probably get a picture of it here if you want.
And so somewhere in that time, I lost track, and it was, I believe, during COVID that Darko really put the hammer and screws together
Yeah, I think so.
and made this really beautiful place. It's small, which is what I like also, but
Beautiful
it's very nice. It's very
inside,
nice.
but you blink twice, you'll pass it at night.
You will pass it, but it's beautiful from the outside. I think even more so than the inside.
It's black.
It's dark. It's got a cool sign out there. But anyhow, K Dub and I went, and we were like, "This isn't a dive. This is a nice place."
A nice place, right?
And so then I was telling Rich, I'm like, "Rich, we went to a comedy show in Royal Oak, and
Okay,
it was
let me put this on here because I know Darko puts these on throughout. This is what it used to look like.
It used to look like a dive.
I mean,
for
that
sure.
is like cinder block, the green, and then let me go back to this. This
green,
is
yeah.
what it looks like now.
that looks like it could be up there in Frankenmuth on Main Street."
Oh yeah, I mean, he did a great job with it. He really did.
So yeah, K Dub and I really liked the place, and then Rich and I went out a couple weeks later, and I'm telling Rich, I'm like, we should go over to the Hilltop on our way home.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that place is a dump," and he's like, "I think it's open till 4." And so we went over there at 3:00 or 2:30, and it was, by God, it was closed. I don't think anybody's really allowed to be open.
No, I don't think they can be open that late.
But that's the way I remember the story.
Have you ever been in there past 2 though?
Barely. They're pretty.
yeah, I mean, he closes it when last call when it should be, and
See, I was in there in the green room when the green roof days,
okay,
and I told Daryl, I'm pretty sure that I've been in there well past 2:30, 3:00 before.
yeah, it could have been back when his father-in-law.
I know, yeah, his father-in-law was involved for a long time. I believe he had some health issues, and that's when Darko came in.
Yeah,
But
it's a great place. I can't say enough good things about it. And again, if you're in Metro Detroit, check it out. It's a burger. How far would you drive for that burger?
I would definitely drive 8 miles. That'll get you
miles?
outside of Shelby Township and almost into Chesterfield, bypassing
See, I'm
Macomb
thinking
altogether.
like I've drove to Miller's Bar in Dearborn for the burger. I think
Yeah.
this is as good as Miller's.
Interesting.
Wouldn't you say?
Well, it's good that you drive 8 miles, but you only live 5 or 6 miles from it.
I live about 4 miles away.
Yeah.
I'll drive 8.
You'll double the distance.
Yeah, I mean, I love it, but
Yeah.
I don't, I don't. I guess I don't eat that many burgers. I got cholesterol,
You eat a burger every time I see you. You're eating a burger.
Or pizza.
Yeah, I'm pizza, but it's either pizza or a burger, right?
I made some
Pretty
New
much.
Year's revolutions.
All right, so let's not discount the last 12 months. So that
Absolutions.
Absolutions.
that too. But no, it's worth driving from another county. You're in Oakland.
yeah,
I don't want to give out too much of you
No,
live at
I'm a ways
41612 Pine Tree, but
Right.
I don't want to
It's
give out
okay.
any specifics
right.
about
Yeah, I'm a ways
Lake
away,
Orion.
and I go there, and the thing is, normally we go there. The kitchen's closed 8:30. You got to get there by 8:30, guys, and you got to bring cash. That's the other thing. It's cash only. So
And
bring
that could
cash.
change, and we'll give you an update on if and when that does change.
But that might be part of the reason why the prices are low too. You know.
Yep, you don't have to screw around with all the credit card fees.
Right.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
So what's a burger and fries there? What's the price?
That would be something we should have wrote down.
Yeah, and I should have took a picture of the burger. I'm going to do that next time we go.
We went
I'm
to
gonna take a
Shamrock this weekend, and it was about $8 or $9 for the burger now. And I was like,
Just the
everybody
burger?
was kind of saying, yeah, a little higher now than it used
It's
to be.
still a really pretty good price.
It's a
though.
good price. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing, but it's just higher than I think a couple years ago where there's $6 maybe.
Yeah, you know 100%. Yeah, I don't know how they got away with it. I think it's volume.
Sure.
So
Oh, wait a minute. We got a new chatter. And we've talked about this guy on the show before.
you must have caught wind of it.
He did. All right. He says.
All good things.
He said, "This is Dante Rosa. What's going on, Dante?" He says, "You're missing no Anthony tonight. You're missing Anthony tonight. He's on a cruise." But he says, "This is great. I wish I had friends so I could tell them about this." Hey, man.
Dante La Rosa, the flower, I believe.
I think that's what it means. Yeah. What's going on, Dante? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it.
Shout out Dante.
Shout out Dante early. We'll give you an early shout out. You don't not just everybody gets that. That's
Shout out.
shout
hit
out.
the button.
We'll hit the button here. Hold on. Shout out.
You hit the right one.
Hit the right button.
That's pretty good.
It's early. Anyway, so I think we've talked enough about the Hilltop, but it was a great experience on Tuesday. My bride had a good time. I think you had a good time,
Oh, yeah.
Daryl. I'm the only one that probably didn't.
No.
But, that's because you guys showed up. But no, it was a
You
good
guys
time.
got the gear going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the sponsorship deal. This could be the most lucrative sponsorship for like a show our size that's ever
So-
been recorded.
Just you two got the shirts?
Yeah, just us.
Oh, okay.
Well, you got a squeaky wheel gets the grease, Rich.
Sure.
Yeah. But we got shirts, and then we got some other things coming. I think we do have some things with the Hilltop planned. Dante Rose says, "Hi guys, what's up?" And we have some other things planned. Maybe March 20th. Put that on your calendar.
That might not work for me, but that's okay.
Okay.
The Ides of March.
The Ides of March.
I think I'm in Indy that weekend.
You're in India?
Indy, as in Indianapolis.
It's the early
Oh,
part of
gotcha.
the weekend.
the closer Indy.
God,
It's not quite the weekend though.
right.
It's
Thursday.
I know,
Might
It's
be a
a
I know it's
Thursday.
Thursday, but
Oh.
that the tournament starts on Friday or something, I think.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, I still don't see the problem.
Friday morning.
Well, leave after the show.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, what do you think about this
The
beer?
show's at 3, I might be in. Terrible. I'm supposed to say 4 too.
Oh, you've been listening.
Does it
But,
have a certain flavor that you?
I've had this before. Is this the place in local place?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate
Warren?
I've had this. Yeah, it's gross.
Don't like it.
0.2.
Damn, man.
It's as low as I think.
Point
we've
two.
ever, I think maybe
This isn't worse than the other one.
Do you
we
guys
had.
have is it the aftertaste is disgusting? You guys talk about that?
I think I told Jimmy it's a foul.
Yes.
It's sort of a foul mouth feel. The initial is just pretty. It's pretty foul.
Yeah, I like it. By the way, Dante.
A lot of people love it. I mean, like this is kind of what put their name on
Yeah.
the map was this beer. I just don't. What is it? A mead or something like that? What do they call this? Like some type
That's a
of
triple, Rich. We knew you
a
wouldn't like
triple.
it. We knew you wouldn't like it.
The old triple.
Yeah, we knew you wouldn't like it. Yeah. Dante, by the way, says, "I'm so excited to have stumbled upon this. Did you just find this by accident, Dante? That would be crazy if you did." He says he's going to grab a glass of tequila and watch some more. Love this. You could come to the studio, Dante. We had an empty seat tonight. You're welcome to come and have a
Glass of tequila. This guy is hardcore.
No, he's the best, man.
Anything mixed
Dante
with it? Just
Rosa.
ice or straight up?
And
Neat.
he has a hell of a bar himself over there.
Sure.
Just
sure.
a personal bar. It's
Personal
not
bar.
commercial or anything.
No. But by the way, we should introduce you to Realtor Lauren, Dante. We got Dante does
yes.
mortgages and Realtor Lauren does realtoring.
Yeah,
Real,
I think that's right.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can
I think
hand
that's
in
okay.
hand. Sure.
Yeah. So maybe you guys will say hi to each other in the chat. That'd be great. Okay, so what else? What's next on the list here? We talked about that. Rich gave this thing a bad grade. Let's talk a little bit about the Lions effing choking. Man, oh man. Ruined my season.
It was a little bit of a letdown, I guess you could say, to say the least.
Ruined my season.
Ruined your night.
Ruined my
Parlay.
night.
Kind of ruined the next
my
day.
parlay. Ruined everything.
I think everybody had I think the night going like no one was interested at all in watching football, but then yet I watched 2 games the next day. Believe it or
I
not.
watched a
Yeah,
little
so
bit
did
of the
I.
second one, and I don't think I could stomach watching the first one.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm not watching the Lions next year. I'm done with them.
Well.
And if I hear one more fucking Jared Goff chant break out, which I don't think you're going to hear that anymore after last week. Yeah.
I don't know what is Lamar Jackson no good either.
Oh, I like Lamar
It's
Jackson.
Mark Andrews. He doesn't.
He didn't turn the ball over
Last
four times.
last year he did. He blew that game in the championship for him.
Well, Mark Andrews blew it. Not mad at Mark Andrews. this
Mark
year.
Andrews blew it this year, but I'm saying last year Lamar turned it over multiple times.
Turned it over 4 times. Was there 5 total turnovers in that game?
I
don't think so.
Jameson threw 1.
Yes, Jameson threw 1, which you can blame that on Ben Johnson.
That was a
Bye,
terrible
Ben. See you, Ben.
Ben
Glad to
Johnson,
have you gone.
former Olympic gold medalist / former no medalist.
Yeah, let me put
Olympic
this
medalist.
on here. This is from Unexpected Points. I've been using them a lot, putting them on. So if you look at the
I just got that. It was funny.
and this goes to my
Sneaky Canadian reference.
Sneaky
Should have known
Canadian,
better.
yeah. The game, if you take away all the bullshit and just use EPA per play, the game would have been tied. So that's how bad the Washington Commanders really are, because the Lions played about as bad as they could possibly play, right? And
I kind of say, like, I always say in the playoffs, like, and
It's
you
each
can't.
their own entity.
No, that's week to week in NFL.
Damn it.
But you can never really root for a team to play for in the playoffs, because you could lose to anybody any week. I know the Giants a couple times made it as a 6th seed or last seed to the Super Bowl, and I remember Pittsburgh when they won Detroit. I'm pretty sure they were the 6th or 7th, probably 6th seed at the time.
yeah,
They're all dangerous. I mean, sometimes there's weaker 6 seeds than other, but Washington was capable, and it was like the perfect storm of Detroit playing terrible, and they played their best game of the year.
that's exactly what it was. Yeah,
Mostly home teams, though, if you think about it, besides Washington.
Yeah, to me, I think a lot of people covered it. I said on the way home, and to be the game turned, and when it was 7-3 and he fumbled, and they were marching, because that puts Washington in a different mind frame. It's like they're down 14-3. They're like, I don't know if we can. It's just different. Like, you got to score. It causes you to make mistakes because you're trying to keep up with them.
right.
But I remember being like, I feel like I was the most pissed off guy in the stadium when that happened, because I knew how big of a play it was. And sure as shit, it was downhill from there, because I think the pick 6 happened after that.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden you're down, 14-3 turns into down 17-10 or 17-7, whatever it was.
it was bad. How was the temperature? Because you were actually at the game. We weren't. Me and D-Dub were in the studio.
I think everybody just thought, honestly, when they were down 10 at halftime, I was like, they're lucky to be down 10. And they should have been down 3. They threw another pick at the end of the half.
Yeah.
You just thought they couldn't play any worse. And then they scored right off the bat in the third quarter after they got a stop. Figure your game's going to turn around. Defense can't get a stop. So just, the first half was Goff's stupid mistakes. And the second half, the defense could not get them off the field when they needed to.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of like the problem. We all knew that was kind of an issue there with the defense, because finally, I mean, they could not. Daniels had all day. He was, and when he didn't find anybody to throw to, he just took off. And he had plenty of room.
Yep.
I mean, there's a couple. You could argue that pass interference was kind of bullshit, but then you get the 12 man on the field. I mean, it was just how many mistakes can you make in one game?
It was embarrassing.
It's ridiculous. I mean, the same thing. It's the second half in San Francisco. It's just like.
And the thing is, we had
Can't
a lot
play
of
that way in the playoffs.
a lot of new Lions fans this year. Chris from Atlanta, new Lions fan. You come in and now they feel the pain that we felt for 40 plus years. I don't know. This one was exceptionally bad. Last year sucked, but I think they outperformed. Maybe
I thought maybe in week 10 that this wasn't their year, and they surprised me because they kept winning with that defense. And yeah, I had my hopes up. I thought they were good enough to at least make it. I don't know if they could win it, but I thought they could make it. And then I think next year, though, I don't know. Why would anybody says their windows closed? This is dumb. I mean, they're going to have like a full, almost their whole defense back and whatever else Brad Holmes has up his sleeve. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they're 15-2, 14-3 next year. And we'll see what happens again.
Yeah.
They got to have a draft to fill those guys for when the injuries do happen because
Oh, I know, but like, how do you do that? Like, the backups all got injured this year. It's just so bad there.
Now that I would sum up the game in that I thought the offense had to be close to perfect, but they would still win by 2 touchdowns. Well, they not only were they not close to perfect, but they were actually the opposite. They were so abysmal, and the defense really didn't. You can't blame the defense. I mean, it is kind of what it is. But there hasn't been a bunch of pass rush since the myriad of injuries.
Well, they got after Donaldson, but he's a totally different entity from.
Well, I think that's the offensive line, right? I don't know how good the Skins are, but that's what I've been hearing since that the Vikings' offensive line apparently is putrid.
Right, but we didn't really hear that till the Lions played them. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know. I don't really think the Redskins' offensive line is better than Detroit's, but they sure played better for one day.
It's a tricky one because you have to try to keep them in the middle, right? Keep them inside the tackles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much cap room they have, but I mean, they got to sign Hutch, they got to sign Joseph. I really don't know who they can really bring in at this point.
That's what I mean. I think it's got to come from the draft.
Yeah.
So they got to keep drafting good because they did already re-up with Goff.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that.
He cost us the game. I mean, I don't think there's anybody would you disagree
Yeah,
with
but he's
that?
the one guy that's been to the Super Bowl, though. Like, I don't know. He can get there. Anybody can get, I don't know. Like, you're going to hate the Buffalo quarterback if he loses the Chiefs. I mean, he's the best quarterback in the league this year. I mean,
No, I wouldn't because you're talking it's a 1.5, 2 point spread. They shouldn't win the game. Lions were favored by what, 9 at close?
saying.
And come on, you can't to a rookie quarterback at your own fucking stadium at home.
Happens also. The Eagles lost to Tampa Bay. They were like 7 point.
I'm not an Eagles fan, Rich.
How
Jesus.
Well,
many-
a year later, they're in the NFC Championship, is what I'm saying. So it's like it happens.
How many rookie QBs have ever played in the Super Bowl?
0.
That's a fact.
Yeah, we should go back to Gill's thing, right? The only way you're winning a Super Bowl is if you have a quarterback on a rookie contract, or if you have a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't think we're going to be seeing Jared Goff in the Hall of Fame.
It's tough. It's tough. His
He
numbers
wins
are
the
going to
Super
be.
Bowl. You might be.
His numbers are going to be good,
maybe.
but you're right. He's probably not a Hall of Famer.
No,
Stafford,
but-
yes.
Stafford,
I
sure.
also don't think he has a terrible contract either. So it's not a
The new
rookie
one?
contract. Yeah,
The new one's
not bad. Was it
It-
40, 45 or whatever? I mean,
it sort of got glossed over when it happened, because I think it happened. Didn't it happen during the season?
no, it happened over the summer. It happened before the season. But I mean, they could have easily won the Super Bowl on that with that guy on his contract. The Chiefs paid Mahomes top dollar. They win Super Bowls after the fact. You don't have to have a rookie contract.
He's the only one.
He's a
I
Hall of
think.
Famer, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question about that. It's either a Hall of Fame quarterback
Hall of
or
Famer, I'm sorry. I
one of the
got you.
two. And I don't think Goff meets. I mean, he's not a rookie. He's not on a rookie contract, and he's not all. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer personally. Maybe if he wins the Super Bowl, maybe.
This is modern era too. I mean, most recent, the last 20 years.
I mean,
or
the
so.
guy's top 5 finalists for MVP. I don't want to kick him to the curb quite yet. I know he had a bad game. I think everybody's a little frustrated. I'm sure he's pissed off at himself. I mean, that was just terrible. And some of the play calling was bad. 3rd and
I
1.
agree.
Why are you throwing on
I
that?
agree.
No,
Yep.
Gibbs could not be touched in that first quarter.
Yeah. Why not just
Hand
hand him the ball? Every
Daryl's
time?
completely right. I don't. No one else knows it, but he's first 2 plays. You go to Montgomery. Like the guy hasn't played in a month.
right.
They're just showing him the respect.
I don't care. Like that cost him the first possession and set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I would have put Bridgewater back in and just let him hand the ball.
It's Jameson
Every time.
all day.
Yeah. Yeah, let Jameson play quarterback. That would have been fun.
Well,
that was a
Bridgewater
great
came in.
play.
That's when Jameson had that reverse touchdown, which once again he thought they're back in at 21-17,
Yep.
like beginning of the second.
Anyway, call me if they get to the Super Bowl next year.
Will do.
And then I'll start watching them again.
You even bought a hat. No, I'm sorry.
Well-
I talked to K-Dub.
Yeah.
He said What a disappointment, the Lions, I was just sad and whatnot. He said, I even bought a hat.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so Mrs. Midwest, she said, "Yeah, I feel so bad for the players." I said, I don't feel bad for them at all. They're just at home counting their millions. I feel bad for the people like Rich, who has season tickets and pays for those every year.
You
People
lost
like
out on $10,000 for that conference championship.
Yeah, well, I hope you sold those. Did you sell those at a time?
Well, it doesn't matter if you sell them ahead of time. You don't get the money if they don't play.
Okay.
That would be freaking awesome, though.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. And wicked awesome.
Keep you from getting your license.
So
Yeah.
you never sold it. So if you sell it, I hate this, and I don't think this has always been the case. But StubHub actually, they hold your money for 5 business days after the event.
Okay, so you could have sold them to this past game, and then somebody said they want their money back.
Well, they would have to call them the day of
Get
the
it?
event and say that
Yeah,
the tickets aren't working, or but whatever.
It
But
was a disappointing game. I'd
No.
like my
I'd
money
like
back.
I'd like to have my money back, please.
Yeah, I wish I sold them after that. Being there for that, was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got at least
hindsight
4 or
is
5 grand.
always 2020.
It is.
Yeah, I
It
think
is.
we were all there for a party and just turned. I don't think anybody could believe what was happening. It was like happened. Yeah, I don't know.
Last
Felt
word
like
on
they
this.
had a chance in the fourth quarter, I guess.
Yeah. Did you guys have any doubt in your mind that they were not going to win that game before it started?
No,
No.
I had doubts somebody fumbled.
Yeah. But before it started, I mean, it was kind of like I didn't even think about it.
First quarter, if you think about it, went really well. Did Mariota come in to do that fourth quarter sneak? Because he got blown up, whoever that
I think
was.
they were both out there, but that was he did hand it off to Eckler, right?
No, the quarter. I think Mariota kept it. They must have got
It was like a
confused or
fumbled
something.
snap almost.
It was
yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think they stopped into a field goal. First the Lions scored a touchdown. Then they stopped into a field goal, and you're thinking, shit, we're 2 possessions in. We're up 7-3. You're going to roll them, right? And then that fumble happens. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Terrible end to a great season, I guess.
I took it for granted. Let me catch up on the chat here. Dante Big D. Wow, we already got a Big D on the show. We got a Big D. We got a D Dub, a Dale Dub. We'll call Dante Doctor, the Doctor Dr.
Dr. D.
Yeah. He says we fell 1 tailgate short this season, but our tailgates, they're undefeated. You can't argue that.
I've
That's
seen
what
some of them pictures.
Eli says, undefeated. Tailgates are
Yeah,
undefeated.
tailgates undefeated. He says, "Please come and let me visit the studio. It looks awesome. You're welcome here anytime." Aunt Debbie says Detroit was her last hope. Yeah, you're telling me.
Waving the Cowboys flag. You know, we got to talk about that too.
Yeah, didn't they hire somebody today or no? It's in
Cowboys did?
Yeah, I think they're
No.
on the cusp.
Oh,
of
they
hiring
are, too.
somebody.
I
the
can give you
name?
about 200 guesses, Rich. Unless you were listening to the radio, you're not going to get it.
No, last I heard, there were the 4 remaining teams looking for a coach.
I'll give you his initials. B.S.
That's the name of our show.
That too, but it's not Jim.
Yeah, okay.
His initials are B.S.
BS.
Probably give you 10 guesses, and you wouldn't guess it. I don't think.
Schottenheimer?
You got it.
Wow,
Is that the
pulled
worst?
that out of nowhere, man.
Is that the worst pick ever?
I would say so, but his dad was a pretty darn good coach. I don't know. I heard something that I read something a couple days ago that said he was being considered internally because I don't even know if he's been a coordinator before, though.
I think he was a coordinator with the Lions 20 years ago.
I thought he was like a position coach, but nonetheless, yeah, he's been with the Cowboys a little while, and they always hire dumb coaches, so why not this guy?
Was I dreaming, or did you suggest that Bill Belichick was going to be their coach?
No, I thought he would be. They would buy him out. Right. Well, at the time, I read that he just signed that contract with North Carolina, so they had a chance to grab him. And that was
This was
the
like
big-
last week or the week
Yeah,
before.
last week I was saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't come true. Dante again says the problem was this is the problem with the Lions, and I agree with you on this, Dante. They just couldn't gel. Defense does good, offense does bad, and vice versa. That's kind of what Dan Campbell said after the game. I think he said
He
something
blamed
like that.
himself.
He did. He blamed himself, and he was teary, and as he should be. You know, he's the only one. I feel bad for him for some reason because I think he's not getting paid as much as he should, and I think his heart's in it. But
It's going to be interesting to see without his coordinators next year.
yeah,
just
You
what
know,
that looks like.
I don't get it. Like my daughters both asked me if I was upset they lost. I'm like, no, I didn't really win with them. What do I care? Yeah. And then like, why would you ever want to be a number 2 your whole life when you can be number 1? You know, I mean, that's what these guys.
Was he making more than Campbell, Ben Johnson?
You guys said that in the show last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Didn't you say he made like $5 million or something?
When I Googled it, it said he made like $6 million, and I think Campbell makes $4 million.
I can't believe that
I can't
Sheila
believe
would
it
not
either.
pay Campbell more than those guys. I bet you she would pay top dollar to keep the assistants, but I don't see him making less.
Yeah. I don't know. We should look into that. Do some investigative reporting for next week.
Well, won't be the case any longer, so he'll be the main man. But
Yeah, that's true.
it'll be interesting who they hire.
Yeah. I think I heard promoting from within probably, right?
I would suggest that.
Yeah.
He
It
seems like
depends
he
who
has a
they,
good culture there.
Depends who they're talking about bringing in, but yeah,
It's not going to be a DEI hire. We know that.
I think Dennis Allen's been a name out there. He's a quality coordinator, just not a good coach.
Yeah.
Dennis Allen.
Saints.
I was thinking of Dennis Green.
Denny Green. Rest in peace. Right?
Helicopters.
Did he pass away?
Did he die?
I'm pretty sure he did.
He was
Sure
part
Jim
of
can,
that
check that out
0-11 Northwestern Wildcats team, I believe.
Oh, really?
Maybe not.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you guys want to do some trivia?
Sure.
Calling
Need the
the
link.
masters of
I got a good one. It's multiple choice for you guys tonight. You need the link?
Yeah.
You can probably just scroll back up to the top of your text from last week.
I could try that.
Or search.
While
There's
we're
a
waiting
search
for
bar.
Rich to get the link here, Dante says, "Gotta go. Good night. God bless, gentlemen. Love this. Love you, pal. Love you, Dante."
He's done with that glass of tequila.
He
already?
drinks it fast, man.
I mean,
he didn't fuck around.
Be knocked out.
Yeah. And then Realtor Lauren says that Campbell gets all these bonuses and does all the commercials and sponsorships. It's true.
Boneless wings. Keep your menu up.
Those are your Dan Campbell.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best.
It's
Better than Jimmy Stewart, though. Let's not do that again this week. That was like
We got
3/4 of
our
the show.
most
Was,
views all time.
that
got
was,
a lot
that
of-
was something. Yeah, people love Jimmy Stewart.
I got a lot of DMs.
You did?
Yeah,
They slid in. What'd they think?
they were
I got the link.
middling. Is that a
Middling. Yeah, it's about right. It's about right. Mrs. Midwest did love it. She loved the Jimmy Stewart.
Hey,
though.
you got to know your audience.
Yeah. All right. So here, this should be real easy for you guys because it is multiple choice. I did multiple choice tonight for everybody.
So do we answer A, B, C, or D?
A, B, C, or D. All right. Here we go. Numbers guys trivia. Which one of these guys is Tony Dungy? Which one of these guys is Tony Dungy? I'm just fucking with you. That's not the trivia question. That's not the trivia question. No.
That's
Here we go. By the way, A looks nothing like Tony. Dave Bing looks more like Tony Dungy than Esther. Not Esther.
I think I was thinking that B and A looked like each other.
B and A.
Gil Hill.
Yeah, I don't. Gil Hill's meaner looking.
Yes.
He is. You know, this guy looks. He
Do you
looks
remember,
pretty happy.
like in the cartoons when we were kids, the like ones that were on TBS? I don't know if that would be like a Tex Avery joint or what, but there was like some mice.
Mice. Yeah.
That one was like drunk, and he would wander in like from a night out, hiccuping.
I don't remember that.
Oh, that's what that mouse. That's what that.
What mouse
Esther's-
are we talking about?
On the old Tex Avery cartoons on TBS. You know, the ones that were not Hanna-Barbera, not Disney.
Yeah, I know what
Tom
you mean.
and Jerry?
It would be
Yeah,
that.
probably. No, that was Hanna Barbera. I think wasn't Tom and Jerry Hanna Barbera.
No, is that Warner Brothers? No,
Oof. I don't know.
Biscuit.
Hey, by the way, Chris is in the chat. Chris, what's going on, Chris? He says, "Hey boys, I'm tuning in for emotional support. Sorry about the past weekend. Hey, dude, thanks for becoming a Lions fan for a few weeks. It ends like it does every year for Lions fans, so get used to that."
Tell me there was another cartoon entity out there back in the day?
Well, Tex Avery,
Like Huckleberry Hound?
wasn't that Hanna-Barbera?
I don't know. I could say that about anybody. I'll probably shake my
I
head.
think
yeah.
Warner Brothers might have been Tex Avery.
They all used Acme products. Acme?
Acme.
Acme.
All right. In 2004, the Washington Redskins traded Pro Bowl cornerback Champ Bailey to the Denver Broncos.
Oh, this is too easy.
Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, if everybody gets it
Too
right, I
much,
got to buy the beer.
fantasy
again.
football players that go back to 2000.
That's sure. That was a big fantasy pick. What Pro Bowl running back? So who was the running back in 2004 that went to the Washington Redskins? I think you're right, Rich. I think
Scored a
this is too
touchdown.
easy.
Scored a touchdown in his
It
first
is
game.
easy, but you got to get the.
You got to remember.
You got to remember. I know. I can.
And I need
Oh,
it
I got it.
spelled exactly correctly this time.
Well, I can't guarantee
No,
that.
if it's that easy, come on, at least give me something.
I think I'm doing the link wrong. I guess I got to search for it too.
Well, you're making fun of Rich for not having it, and then you can't.
Well, I know how to search the.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, take your time. Who was the 2004 Redskins traded Champ Bailey to Denver for what Pro Bowl running back?
This book your mom got you is costing you a lot of beer.
Yeah, but it's my
not-
fault for picking some of these.
It's not an easy question.
I wanted a Redskins
It's just
question.
the audience. It's just the guys
Yeah, you
you're
got
asking.
the wrong guys probably for this.
Yeah.
I mean,
this one I-
Tones might not have got this one.
Nah, he would have had it.
Think
Just
so?
it's because of the era, 2004. I think you guys. I kind of figured you guys would get.
Yeah, if you go back like the 94 with a trade, that would be a little,
That'd be tough,
a little
right?
more.
Yeah, that's my
It
bad.
says my response was submitted.
Okay, that means that it was.
You're in it to win it.
What do I got next here? Oh, let's talk about this. Okay. So last week, if you guys were watching the show, first of all, you're probably rich right now because we inadvertently gave you the bet of the year for 2025. The bet of the year was actually on this show for 2024. We gave it out on the show. We didn't really make a big deal out of it, but we had said that the Tigers to win the pennant were plus, they were 500 to 1, plus 50,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last week on the show, we live bet the Pistons.
Live bet.
And I'm not a homer. Tones isn't here this week. The Pistons.
You're more of a Barney Gumble.
What? What does that
Over your
mean?
head.
Brian Gumble.
Bryant or Barney?
Barney.
Barney Gumble is from The Simpsons?
Yes. Alcoholic.
Oh, Homer. Okay.
You're an alcoholic.
Oof.
It's not funny, but it's
that was
true.
a reach.
Funny. That was a real reach. God, man, that was bad. So, yeah, last week on the show, we live bet the Pistons
Yes.
to win the Eastern Conference. And I just pulled it up on my ad screen. I'm like, wow, plus 50,000. That was a great number comparatively to everywhere else. So I'm going to put this here on the screen. This is as of today from playoffstatus.com. Okay. So all they do at playoffstatus.com, they take the relative strength of teams and they simulate out to see who would make the playoffs, who wouldn't. The Pistons have a 74% chance of making the playoffs, which equals a minus 285. is the
I mean,
equivalent.
this is kind of cool because I was looking at the standings today. I'm like, they're 7.5 in, like from not making any type of playoff.
Right. They're going to make the
They're
playoffs.
well in. And they have the 6th seed as of today.
Correct.
Which
And they
means
would
that-
avoid the playing
correct.
games
They
if they
would.
make
If you make the
six.
play-ins, though, I don't think that qualifies as making the playoffs.
No, I can tell you the 74% chance here is there. That's through the play-ins. So that's actually going in round one of the playoffs, if you will. Okay, so no play-ins. So they have a 74% chance of getting there.
So if you make the play-ins and then you win the play-ins and you're now the 8th seed or whatever it is, that counts as winning that bet to make the playoffs?
I don't care about to make the playoffs bet because I'm not going to tie up money till April.
Yeah, for almost
Yeah,
even.
for even money. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But this is just to illustrate. I'll tell you what, our bet will be live if they make the playoffs and be extra live if they make the conference series, which they have an 8% chance of doing. If that happens, we're golden.
I think if
We're cashing.
I think if they make the playoffs, we have to consider possibly
Oh, sure.
taking the money.
Yeah, we should think about that.
I think that at that point we get the gentleman from the left side of Michigan. I was not Ottawa. What am I thinking? What
Left
is it?
side. Ottawa Hills, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, Holland, basically.
Yeah, Holland. And tell him to come on. We need some formulas to hedge this bad boy.
I think this would be a pretty easy hedge. There's not much to it with that.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can hedge that. And then to win the East, it's a 2% chance or a plus 4,900. Okay, so that's our bet is to win the East, and
right.
it's
Plus 4,900.
according to them, plus 4,900.
It's off by a decimal.
Yes, 2% chance. Now, here's the implied probabilities of what is available. As of last week, we got this. It's 500 to 1. That meant there was a 0.2% chance. A
10 times.
10 times. Fucking hey, right? You're rich. Rich, you're right. That's what I'm trying to say here. Yesterday, it was 330 to 1. Best available. 0.3% chance. Today, it's 270 to 1. A 0.37% chance. Pinnacle has this at plus 7267, so 72 to 1. That's a 1.36% probability. Circa has it 100 to 1, a 1% probability. So the two sharpest books, excuse me, that's what their futures numbers look like. You can still get this today at 270 to 1.
Okay.
270 to 1. Not as good as last week when we got a 500 to 1. And I kept throwing in on this. I was looking at this. I'm like, this is almost too good.
No brainer.
Yeah, it is available 500 to 1 at Bet Rivers.
Maybe.
But you can't put any money on it. So that's kind of a problem. You could put maybe $1 on it. But
when we talked last week, I had them on to beat Indiana. Of course, they kind of dropped that game, but then came right back to beat Houston, number 2 seed in the West, in Atlanta last night.
Yep, they beat the Hawks last night.
They're just Cade is really coming into his own. I mean, that guy can ball.
Sure,
he's everything they wanted him to be when they drafted him. I mean, he's awesome.
Best numbers at FanDuel. 27,000, so 270 to 1. Caesars, let me scroll up. What Caesars 100 to 1. ESPN bet 250 to 1.
I don't get those 76ers though. Like they're not even they're outside looking in right now, and you got 4,500 to 1. I don't, is Embiid hurt or something? Like I don't understand. Like what's going on with that team?
I don't know.
I don't follow NBA that much.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
I follow the Pistons scores because it's just early on we didn't, right? But then all of a sudden, like they catch your attention because they win 10 out of 12 and whatever they did, and then you see like we're talking last week and get some monster odds. It's just like the Tigers, like when they started catching fire, like hey, we should throw $25. Who cares? All of a sudden we're talking thousands of dollars that we could have cashed out on.
This is the Tigers all over again. The only difference is there's a little bit less randomness with them getting to the playoffs. Like when the Tigers got to the playoffs, I figured, it's anybody. You don't really know. I think the NBA is a little bit more predictable once they get to the playoffs, but still, I would be all over this at 270 to 1 today. You can get that. 270 to 1. Not telling you what to do. This isn't financial advice, but 270 to 1 for the Pistons. Once they get to the playoffs, it should be in the money. And God forbid if they win a round, then you're cashing.
That would be
would be a team you don't want to play. I mean, they're kind of like just a fun, like the Redskins, kind of just a fun upcoming, nothing to lose in the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not like the Pistons of the Eddie Drummond, or was it the Andre Drummond days? I mean, those guys, that team was terrible. He never had a chance. These teams, it's too bad Ivy's out. I mean, I'd like to see.
Is it though? Apparently, him and Cade don't play that well
Daryl
together.
Says, I don't know. He says legs injuries heal up in a couple weeks, so we'll see if he comes back.
I say keep him out. Since he's been gone, they've been playing.
Well, they were starting to play really good with him too.
Were they?
Yeah.
I thought it was since you've been gone, Jaden Ivey.
Is that Taylor?
Is it Taylor? But by the way, you're the adjudicator tonight, Rich.
No, that's Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, well, that's not right. That's the wrong button. You are the adjudicator, but
It's not Taylor.
It's not Taylor? Yeah, you weren't here when we started this.
Oh, you know who else they lost to? They lost to the Suns because I was watching them. I tell you what, we were just watching the Kansas City game before the Lions game, and I was talking to some guy about because the Pistons were playing the Suns, and that was going on right before the Lions. It was in Detroit, and it was. I didn't know Ron Holland. He had this monster dunk, and he's like, I think he's gonna be a good player. And my daughter Lauren was like, I've never seen any college guy dunk like that before. I'm like, well, he's only 19. He's just out there, So he's got some potential too. I like him. I don't know if you guys.
What did they pick him last year? 3 or 4 overall?
Yeah, right around there.
What is he's from like the G League or something?
Ignite or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a basketball fan at all, really, but I like those numbers.
You got any future odds on the Spartans, Daryl? You jumped on them early, or are you just all Wolverines?
I think I had them in a parlay, and it's already done, unfortunately.
I think 2 weeks ago I took a futures on them. Still pretty good odds out there. If the Spartans are playing really, really good basketball in college.
What do you got them at?
I can look it up.
I think 40-1 would be the right number, but I don't think you can get that anymore. But Final Four is the number that you should be looking at, probably, right?
Yeah, I know, but the odds were not good enough. I figure if they get to the Final Four, then like Jim's saying, you can start
working it.
working the number a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys.
Doesn't make for good radio as my thing loads up for no reason.
While Rich is doing that, I have about 20 units that I'll be cashing in should the Chiefs win it all.
And the problem is the Chiefs aren't going to win it all.
That's what you say.
Yeah. I can't. We'll get to this later on, too.
It's about even money to take the Bills right now in this game this week.
110.
The Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think it's plus 105.
Plus 4,000.
That's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Plus 105.
Yeah, I got plus 110 earlier today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a way to shop your line.
Yeah.
5 cents on the dollar.
I had to go offshore, but I got it.
Yeah, whatever, whatever works for you.
Sure.
That Trump would not approve that.
You guys going to be okay when there's no IRS anymore? Considering that's your livelihood?
I think.
Who's going to collect taxes?
The ERS, the External Revenue Service. You missed this, Rich.
I did.
This is going to be an accountancy daily. Yeah, catch up on that.
I do more than taxes. It's fine.
I go to the local library.
It's nice. You can use their internet for free there, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and I go to Kiplinger's. They have a Kiplinger's tax publication that comes bi-weekly.
Okay.
Is that twice a week? It's every other week.
Bi-weekly.
It comes. I have a subscription. Once a week, I get the letter.
In the mail?
Yeah.
I think it's every other week.
You should sign up for e-delivery, man.
You may be right. Maybe it's you're telling it bi-monthly?
That would basically be it. I think you might get an extra 2 issues
Something
bi-weekly.
Like what did you say, Jim?
You should sign up for e-delivery. You know?
I like to
Save a tree or two, pal.
Well, no, we pass it around the office when.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys initial it?
No, I mean I got 2 years for $50 or something.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, plus a
Kiplinger's
write-off. I mean, now you're talking like $34, right?
It's a bargain.
It's a good little letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4 pages.
It's got a lot of good. It keeps you up to date on the tax law changes and all that good stuff.
Is it 4 pages or is it 8 pages? Is there
well,
a
it's front
staple
and
in there?
back. It's front and back, so 4. It's 4 full pages.
Yeah. We used to pass that around at our office and sign off on it that we read it.
Oh no, we don't sign off on it.
Counts as CE, I believe.
Not my world.
This is pretty entertaining.
You can do internal house CE,
You can if you're like registered. The handle. You're talking about CBE.
I think you might be registered automatically as whatever you're doing to have the firm.
See,
You
like
have to check me on that.
I don't know. You got to have like some type of number when you give out the certificate, though.
I don't know.
Like when you get a CPA certificate, it shows who the host was, and there's like some type of number on there for like licensing. And I mean, I might be automatically qualified. If I am, I don't know.
I think maybe a certain amount of credits, but I could be wrong. This is not
So
really
for all the
interesting
CPAs
radio.
in the house right now that are paying close attention, there you go.
Lively stuff.
Have anything more of
continuing
general interest
education
you wanna
affects
talk
all
about?
of us.
So
Yeah.
I guess back to my original question. So would you hedge this week the Chiefs, bet against them at call it plus 110, plus 105?
Yeah.
If I'm due to cash in 20 units, if they
get to the Super Bowl, if they
win the Super Bowl.
I would. I don't. And, Jim would disagree with me. Wouldn't choose Jim. And he should disagree with me because this is incorrect, but I don't think they're going to win.
I don't know why. Again, the only I believe you can fact check this real quick. Probably, I think the only team that wasn't a home field team was the Redskins that won. They won't beat the Bucks. They beat the Lions.
No, I appreciate the
everybody else
fact-
is a home team.
That it's a pick'em game. The only reason why there's a spread in this one. Oh, go ahead.
Are we
it
not talking
pick-up?
about the 2 championship games here?
Yeah, we are. We should maybe wait though. That's not on the agenda yet. Yeah, let's hold off. Thank you, adjudicator, for
I
that.
think we were talking about hedging.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But we do have a hot topic we got to talk about first.
Who you gonna do?
And this is a hot topic amongst people in our industry for sure. Sorry, this is maybe inside
CPE?
baseball.
Oh,
Not like our actual industry, but the sports and betting industry.
oh,
Good friend of the show, Wes Wendell. Wow, can I say that?
No, you cannot.
Go ahead. What is it? Who is
Wes
it?
Reynolds?
Wes Reynolds.
wow.
No relation to Jason?
No relation to Jason
Or Harold.
or Harold. He's not dead. This makes it look like he's dead, but he is no longer going to be on VEASAN. They couldn't come to a contract, right?
That's a bummer.
Yeah. So there's a photo. That's me, and then to my right is Matt Humans, and then to his right is Wes Reynolds.
So Wes is the balding fellow.
He's the balding guy. You might say goofy looking Rich. I don't know, but
It's fine to me. It's a handsome bald man.
no, good guy. Probably the best handicapper actually on VEASAN.
Probably.
Gone.
He was certainly the best as of recent, for sure.
as of recent. So we just wanted to let Wes know that there is a spot for him here on the Numbers Guys. It's an unpaid position, so if you're looking for money, you're not going to be able to do
Oh,
it.
that's who took my spot.
Yeah, that's who took your spot this week. It was
Did you notice?
Lauren did. She's like, who replaced it? I
Damn
thought
it, Lauren.
when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, he just drew a Ryan Day beard on me because I
it
made.
looks that much like you. You would think,
Yeah, and then I'm like, I looked a little. Then she's like, that's not your face though. I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who
that's
that is.
Wes Reynolds. So it's a shame to see him gone because he was awesome.
Yeah. He did college basketball. He did golf.
Sure.
Experts on both of those fields. So I will miss him for sure.
As will I. Not that he's dead. He's alive and well.
I mean,
probably
maybe
looking for another job.
Shout out.
I've already started a petition to save Wes.
Well, have you?
Yeah.
How many
On
signatures
X.
you got yet?
It's on X. So
Oh.
just
At the
looking
Num
to
Guys?
It's a little slow. It's a little slow go so far, but I'm looking to drum up some support. So if you want to
Well, I'm
check us
certainly
out.
not going to drum it up. He's already replaced me.
It's like
Good.
you're a shorter.
we can't pay him. I mean, I don't know what his contract offer was from VEASAN, but
Apparently, it wasn't enough, and it should have been more. Come on, VEASAN, get your shit together. This guy was good, and it's a shame to
instant
see
credibility. You know, you got
Yeah.
a guy like that on your network.
him go. Right. I agree, man.
So
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's not impossible that he could be back, I suppose. So
Yeah. They're going through some real changes over there. First, they got rid of
hoops,
Hoops. Yeah. Hoops
Yeah.
Peterson.
yeah, not Hooper, Rich.
Not Hooper.
Hoops.
I was wondering what happened to Hooper.
Yeah. Is he still around? I'm assuming we still have a mascot,
I
right?
think we blew through my answers last week, but I was asking where Hooper was, if he's still around. I
I
don't know.
don't know if he still is or not.
Everybody's favorite horse.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Let's take a look here at championship weekend. You notice the Lions aren't in it because you got the Commodes and Eagles. They're going to be playing at 3:00 on Sunday. That should be
Fox.
fun on Fox.
You're a big Fox guy.
I am. I like Fox. By the way, here's the odds to win the Super Bowl as well. Eagles plus 175, Chiefs 210, Bills 250, Commies 850. And Rich, what do you got on this game? Anything?
Are we talking Eagles?
Yeah, Eagles.
What's the number?
I'm
6
going
and
to
a
throw it
half?
up right now. It's 6.5, or it's actually 6 most places now.
I think that's a little high. I like the Eagles to win, but I think I'm going to take the Commanders with the 6. I mean, they're division rivals. I don't see any reason. Last time they played, I think Washington beat them. I mean, I think the Eagles are good enough to win by a lot, but I just don't see it. I don't know. I'm going to take the points. I'm going to take the points in both games as a surprise pick. So,
Really?
yeah, preview.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the Bills are underdogs still, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
barely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
You're going to go with the Commies.
And take the Commies and the points.
Yeah,
I
6
mean,
is a
I
lot.
think they could. That's a lot of points in the championship game. I think. I mean, Daniel showed me enough. I mean, he's going to put up the points.
I don't disagree.
How does he play avoiding flying batteries? Hot dogs.
In Philly,
Yeah.
they throw some shit. They're nasty.
And the hot dogs have mustard on them
That's
historically,
just rude.
which is hard to get out.
Yeah, that stains.
How else do you do a hot dog?
Ketchup. Got to have ketchup on
And
there.
that's why you're not going to be on the show next week because nobody eats a hot dog with ketchup on it besides a 2-year-old.
I'm young at heart.
I guess so. Mustard is the only way to eat a hot dog, by the way.
Mustard and
You probably
chili and
Onion?
you probably
Onion?
microwave your hot dogs.
No, I boil my hot dogs.
Okay.
My wife boils them for me usually, but if given the option, boil every time.
Put them in the oven. Give that a whirl.
because I don't eat them grilled at home.
Grilled's good too.
Yeah.
I like grilled. Not microwaved. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think
That would be a you with a ketchup. You're gonna. That's to me. Ketchup says this guy microwaves his dogs.
Kind of.
You know what I mean?
I don't like the microwave too much because then you get like that pink hue
No, it's
juice
not good.
just laying on the side of it.
It's not that bad. It's not that
And then
bad.
I'll tell you what, if it goes for 31 seconds, it splits. Mm-hmm. You don't want to. I don't like the way that thing looks at you when it's split.
Yeah.
You gotta check the wattage of your microwave.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're not that bad. But I don't think the natural casing. I don't think I would do that in a microwave.
No, I think
'Cause
that would
that you need
store
a
up some
little-
energy, and then you don't know what's going to happen. You
I
know?
don't think it's that. It's just that you want that. That snap.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think if you microwave it, you might just not be able to break the sheath.
It would get chewy. Is what you're kind of saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm with you.
Yeah, but I would recommend the oven.
I don't think I've ever had an oven baked.
It gets that crack that Rich doesn't care for. It kind of cracks,
I never. Why would I put them in the oven? Hot dogs?
They're good. But you don't like them cracked though. I like them when
No,
they
I
got
don't
that
li-
crack on them.
I think they look nasty when they got that.
Oh,
split.
sure. They don't exactly look that.
Appetizing to
enticing.
begin with, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll take the crack if they've been boiled.
Well, you can boil them first if you want, and then put them in the oven, and it will take less time. But
Why would you do that?
You're making twice the work out of one thing. Just put them right in the oven, 450,
Okay.
about 8
Yeah, we'll
minutes.
try that. I'll ask Mrs. Midwest to give that
Give
a
it a
go.
whirl.
Yeah.
The question is, what are you going to do with your buns?
Hey, right there on the left. I think isn't that like a big time actor now? Hold on, let me
Wait,
see.
is this the one where they get the escargot? No, it wasn't. Chips is on, by the way.
Hold on, like,
Is that Beverly D'Angelo?
It might be. I wish we could share this with you guys.
And that's
it looks
Bonaducci.
like
Donnie, yeah, it's Bonaducci.
that's definitely Bonaducci.
Yeah. I had no idea there was such
And
stars.
there's the other Brady boy.
Yeah, that's a Brady guy. Okay, that's who I was trying to figure out. Gotcha.
Peter Brady.
Peter,
Yeah,
that's
Peter. Peter.
I don't know if I'd say big star.
I was thinking he looks like Ben Affleck's like brother, Casey.
Casey Affleck in 1976.
I know it didn't make sense, but then I was just like, I just recognized the guy. I'm like, it's definitely somebody I know.
I guess I'd be curious to what John and Ponch, what their careers looked like.
I think Eric Estrada was doing like infomercials at one point, wasn't he?
I think is that the Spanish speaking fellow?
Yeah, it's Ponch.
I shouldn't assume.
Yeah, Officer John Baker. I don't know if he did anything
I
after
think
this.
Ponch was
don't
a
think
star
so.
in Mexico.
Might have been.
Or
I could see him
Latin
as like a
America?
Latin American soap star or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big. I'm pretty sure he was.
Big,
yeah.
big Univision.
Right. Go back to Univision.
Univision. I
Tell
thought you
us
said
like
Unit
that.
Vision. I'm
No,
thinking that's
Univision.
Randy Johnson's network.
Best game shows back in the 90s. All
Yeah.
time.
I don't know if I could have understood. Adios mio.
By the way, this game at 3:00 will also be on
Ay,
Fox
ay.
Deportes, as well as regular Fox.
Is that Deportes Chicago?
No, I think it's just Fox Deportes.
One of the
Deportes.
that's ESPN, isn't it?
I think there's ESPN Deportes,
Oh,
and then there's Fox Deportes.
Can you listen to our show?
Hey,
in
Chris
Espanol?
is he knows how to speak that. Chris, is there a ESPN Deportes and a Fox Deportes?
I'm
one of
sure
them
there
is
is.
based out of Chicago.
Am I even saying that right, Chris?
Maybe it's
Deportes?
Univision. One of them's based out of Chicago.
Really?
But the Univision I thought was in Miami or Lauderdale or
Are you
something.
thinking
like that.
WGN Deportes?
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, with El Harry.
And Bozo the Clown. What was the kind of cookies that he gave out?
Oh, I don't know.
Something
know.
they don't sell here,
Yeah,
but in Chicago,
they got them Chicago, like old style, baby.
that's your
The beer that built Chicago. Yeah. All right. So what do you think about the? You're going to say something about the Commies and the Eagles here?
I was gonna say money line. Play the money line on the Skins. That's worth a gamble. Plus 265, 245, something like that.
Let me go back to it here.
I think that's the only one that's enticing.
Yeah, best you can get. You get 240 at MGM.
Or give me 7.5 with the Skins.
I don't see
I don't
that.
like 6 though.
Oh, okay. I got you. You're going to try to buy it.
I mean, or wait till it goes.
Wait till the game, because I'll tell you what, the Rams line shut up right before the game.
Yeah.
I jumped on the Rams, and that worked. Waiting the extra time worked out really good,
It did.
because it was a 7-point line and they lost by 6. The original line was right on the money.
I'd love to see that get to 7. That Commodes and Eagles game.
Yeah, me too. That'd be great.
Yeah, 7.5 would be better.
Yeah, 7.5 would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about the Bills at the Chiefs? 6:30. This game is on Sports, CBS Sports. It's on Sports. It's on CBS Sports or Paramount Plus if you're a Paramount Plus subscriber. All 2 of you.
Sit down, Rich.
D-Dub.
I'm going to talk
You
about
want,
this
yeah,
one
you
for a
go with this one
moment.
first.
I don't ever say I'm going first. That's Jim's job.
What was I going to say about it?
Oh no,
Oh, dear Lord.
Rich, what do you think?
Again, about the hedging. I have the Chiefs to win it all, and now I think it's about plus 105. Jim can correct me on that, but how much of it should I offset? I still think
There's your numbers.
the home field Chiefs are going to be a very difficult out, and then whoever they play in the Super Bowl, it ain't going to matter, the home field.
Well, it's just not the Chiefs. You get the refs too.
They
Yeah.
like the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, so that's a
Troy
double.
Aikman doesn't like the Chiefs.
That's a double donger right there, as they say. You got to beat 2 teams if you're
I think we
the.
only refer to Tones in that manner.
No, that's true. I apologize, Tones.
Sorry, Tones. Hope you're having a good cruise, wherever you're cruising.
He's got his cabana wear on.
He does. I think it's a Tommy Bahama,
Okay.
kind of a rayon shirt
He borrowed it from Double D.
with the wood buttons. Yeah, Double D likes those. He's also on a cruise, incidentally. Everybody's on a cruise, but the 3 of us. Yeah,
Good time to be on a cruise.
I guess so.
Not the one to Alaska.
That's true.
No
I
good.
bet you it's warmer up there than it is here.
As Pat Summerall would say, no good.
And no good.
Rich, what are you thinking?
I think the Bills are due, but I mean, it's tough to ever bet against the Chiefs. As far as Daryl's talking, I mean, I'd probably put 4 or 5 on the Bills just to hedge it a little bit, and then you can decide what you want in the Super Bowl here. But the Bills are getting the money line too, which is nice. They're getting a little plus action on it if they win. I thought both teams were deserving last week, and Mark Andrews is probably one of the best tight ends there's been in the last 5 years, and he just has one of those games. It sucks. But Ravens were just as good as the Bills, and but Josh Allen's got to go with this year. He's got he's got some magic going, and there's never been a three-peat either, so there is a little history going on against the Chiefs here. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
I would say you'd think that maybe the Steelers or the Cowboys had won 3 or 4 in a row at one point, but
Well, the Cowboys definitely would have won 4 in a row if Jones didn't get in the shit with Jimmy, but he blew that.
and the Patriots too over the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, well, they went to 10 Super Bowls and never went back to back to back. That's crazy.
Is that including 86?
The 10? I don't think so, but I could be wrong on that. I
Lost
thought
to Eli twice.
I thought Brady went to 10.
he
Because
lost.
he has 7 rings. But I'm
one
sorry,
was with the
one
Bucs.
was with the Bucs, right? Yeah.
So now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they win one with Matt Castle
No.
the year that
No,
Brady
they
got
actually
hurt?
they went 11-5 and missed the playoffs.
That's a bad beat, as Jimmy would say.
Bad beat.
Word on the street.
Yeah.
Fire
Street
in your heart is
beater.
out.
What song is that?
Oh, come on. If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, that's Wonderwall. Okay. All right. Sorry. This game.
How do you guys do that?
What?
The recalling that's unbelievable.
I have nothing but song lyrics in my brain.
Wow.
That's it. I don't have much else. I
You
can't
guys-
really
you should
function.
you guys should have a pod on music.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to get around the copyright.
Call it
though.
MTV.
We'd have to literally hum it. We'd have to hum the songs, or maybe we could get away with singing them.
I don't know if you guys realize, but I was adjudicating shit all week last week. Did you? Because I was the adjudicator last week. Rich, by the way, you have all week to adjudicate whatever you'd like.
Oh, okay.
I think I adjudicated at about 3 a.m. for you guys on Tuesday. Did you catch that one?
I wouldn't let him bring that home.
No, you can't. You don't need the gavel.
Still waiting for that shirt to come back that I gave you.
Wait, we got to get that embroidered.
I don't want you to embroider something that doesn't fit. I got.
Oh, it doesn't fit?
Well, we were going to save it for May, but there's a Numbers Guys initiative that we're going to all
right.
get into yoga and possibly because I believe
I didn't say it was fitting. That it was more of the
Ill-fitting?
length issue.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. You're a taller guy like me, and I was just telling Mrs. Midwest the other day.
You should have been in quarterback.
I said no, I didn't say that.
No,
I should have. I should have been something. I could have been somebody.
That's what I was
I
saying.
said
should have been, could have been.
yeah,
That's what
could
we
have
always
been.
call you.
Yeah,
At the burning tree.
the BT. I don't even know what is a
The
burning tree
BT.
anymore. The BT. They make like sweatshirts and hoodies in an XXL, but all they do is just make them wider. They don't add any length to the
No,
thing.
you got it. The key is, so there's only a couple places you can really get that stuff at, and that's LL Bean
Okay.
and Eddie Bauer, because they make
Tea?
they make the talls.
Yeah, you got to have the tee.
You gotta have the tee.
You can't get the tee just anywhere. Like I thought,
Nope.
like Hanes would make a tee.
No, I can't shop at half the 3/4. You just go to a mall. I can't wear any of that shit.
Right. Yeah.
He needs his bespoke.
Well, he's fancy. I just wanted to buy a sweatshirt to put like a Numbers Guys logo or something on, and they're all really wide. And they don't-
Gildan?
Right.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Gildan. I think it was Hanes. But I figured I could get one of those, no problem. But apparently, you just can't. You can't.
If it's good enough for MJ, it's good enough for the Numbers
Yeah,
Guys.
he wore Hanes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no cornucopia in the Hanes logo. Do you know that?
certainly not in the Hanes logo. The Fruit of the Loom logo, I think, was where the was that where the
Fruit of the Loom.
yeah
Fruit of the
Fruit of the
Loom's what
Loom.
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
No, there's no cornucopia on that.
yeah. All right.
That's a what do you call those things? The Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, the Mandela effect. What was I saying? Hey, there's no way there's no way the Chiefs win this game, and I know the fact that they're not going to win.
It's shocking.
You can't say that like that.
They're not going to win.
Jim, every time you make a statement like that, the Broncos win by 40.
Right. Well, this isn't the fucking Broncos. Okay. There is no way the Chiefs win this. Have you seen the Chiefs this year?
Yeah.
They're not that good. They're not that good.
The Texans by a half a point both times every time I bet on them.
Yeah. They're every time you bet them, I know.
What are the Chiefs' problem? What is it? The defense, the special teams? What do you
The
got there?
offense has not been great. Now I know Travis Kelce's he steps it up in the playoffs. Mahomes makes some fucking great plays. He did that.
I mean,
when he
he's
was falling.
arguably the greatest of all time.
That
right?
was a sick.
And I don't-
That was a sick touchdown.
It was a great touchdown.
Arguably the greatest quarterback of all time.
The Bills are the team this year. Put it down here. I said it. Take the Bills to win the Super Bowl. The Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. There's not a doubt in my mind on this one. It's the Bills to lose. Yes.
Okay.
So to answer your question, D-Dub, I'd hedge it if I were you.
100%.
100%. I couldn't see it. And again, I know the history with Mahomes and Allen and all that. This year, the Bills are too good. They're too good.
I thought the Ravens were going to pull it out the other day.
I didn't think the Ravens were going to win. Thought the Bills were going to win.
The Ravens, like we talked about. I know you like them, but I just feel like they're perennial playoff chokers. But that doesn't say that a lot of teams are kind of. There's only a couple teams that go to the Super Bowl every year, so there's a lot of teams that perennially choke that could make a run one year. But just that's what worried about me about the Ravens last week.
And
Not that the Bills have been much better. I mean, they've been in the same boat as the Ravens. Like the Chiefs just kick everybody's ass over there.
Yeah, they do. They do. Again, I get that, but this year's not it for them.
Chiefs, Bengals, Patriots. Those are the teams.
Those are the teams.
Yeah.
I can see that. Let's just for sake of completion here, I'm gonna tweet till completion. Was that Trump line? Completion.
That is, sure.
Yeah. Our tier 1 teams that are left, you got the Eagles and you got the Bills. Of course, the Ravens and the Lions are out. Tier 1. Tier 2 teams,
Sadness.
the Chiefs
Summertime sadness.
and
Summertime.
the Skins, according to EPA per play, using a 60-40 weighting between offensive and defensive EPA. So there you go. The Bills are the team to beat based on that too. Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean a damn thing.
See if Hurts is hurt too.
Yeah, that is kind of one of the things, right?
Right, that could be definitely an advantage for the Commanders if that comes into play.
Yeah, I just don't think the Commanders are that good. Do you think the Commanders are that good?
Yeah, they can win a Super Bowl. Why not?
You think they can win a Super Bowl?
Yeah. I
You
think
mean
they
that?
could. I mean, just any team can. I mean, Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls.
No, that's true. Eli Manning. He's Eli Manning.
Both those
So
teams
you
were 9
should
and
be
7.
taking. You're going to take the Commodes at 8.5 to 1. I think that's a pretty good deal.
I'm not going to take them, but I'm just
Wait,
saying,
don't
like, would I be totally shocked if they won? No, I wouldn't be totally shocked.
I'm kind of surprised the Eagles are the favorite.
That is shocking.
Isn't that shocking?
Yeah, I would have. I agree. But they have the easier road because the Bills and Chiefs are
True.
That's such a tough game.
That's
so.
exactly why it is.
There's 2 weeks off. We think that the Chiefs and the Bills are gonna like take somebody out on the winning side. Like come on.
Right.
I don't get that one. I don't get it.
I don't get it. Let's take a look here at our top picks standings. Richie went down a little bit since last week.
Lost by half a point. Got a tie.
You had a push in there. Yeah. Yep.
Just a little off.
D-Dub, I had to turn your light off from green to red again. You ping pong between the two. You make my life tough
Ridiculous.
because I have to change that color all the time. Back down 3.67. Tones.
Tones had a good week. It looks like
Yeah, I think.
couple units, right?
Did he? Was he
hit a
plus?
SGP on the Rams. And
Yeah,
the
that's right.
over
Rams
and
and the
under.
over.
Yeah, I think he was at 13 last week if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lions F'd me right in the B. F'd me in the A-hole. It was, I'm down I'm up 9.24, but they screwed me.
Thanks
Every
for
other leg of that
clarifying what the
parlay.
B was, Jim.
Yeah. Sorry, it could have been a couple things. And as a group, we're almost down 30 now. Hey, way to go. Let's
I
take
told
a
you I
look.
wanted to see that without the MLB action.
I looked at that. I did look at that, but I was a little late. I looked at it. 10 units pretty much all the way around, with the exception of me. I think I was down 3-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think everybody else would be plus 10-ish.
Crazy.
Without that. So, Richie, you are up, but you're not winning in the NFL. Can you believe this? Tones, on vacation,
Unbelievable.
he's up plus 1.45 for his lifetime now.
Hey.
D-Dub sucking hind teat, and I am now in 3rd place from a solid lead.
That has never been read ever.
Never, ever. No, it's
Lifetime.
red now. Almost a unit. I'm going to change it this week, though. And if we look at NCAA, Richie down just a little bit. Tones still up 7.23. So Tones is really our football man as of this week. Congratulations,
Sure.
Tones. I know you're not here to
We
celebrate.
thought he was the hockey guru.
We thought so.
Turns out he's the football.
Turns out
guru.
all football. Dub, you're up a little bit there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about some top picks? Do I have the button? I
These
do.
are the top
I think I forgot this last week. Richie, you're up first here.
Yeah, we just talked about it. Take the 1.5, and I like the. I'm just taking the team with the points here, and I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are just due to. There's a reason teams don't win 3 Super Bowls in a row, so I'm gonna fall back on that theory, and I think Josh Allen is a special quarterback, and he's having a great year, so I think he gets it done. And honestly, quite out of the 4 teams, I like the Bills the best. Like I can't stand any NFC East team, obviously, and then you're leaving me with the Chiefs. I think we were all sick of watching them in the Super Bowl, so be nice to get some fresh blood in there.
Noticeably absent tonight is Quentin, by the way, big Chiefs fan.
Oh my gosh, he's
Yeah.
not a Chiefs fan.
I thought he was a big Chiefs fan.
He's got about 10 to 12 teams he really likes, but
Chiefs ain't one?
Chiefs aren't one of them, according to last week.
10 to 12. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
he's got a list of.
quite a.
He's got a pick for every game, usually each week.
He's probably would beat us if he put him on the show.
Depends on how his favorites do. Oh, look at this one, Jimmy.
This is like the
I didn't know that was.
they changed the name. Like that team, what's it, Idaho? Or no, it's a hockey club now?
Utah.
Utah, yeah, Utah. Get my states confused.
Yeah, State's been number 1 in hockey this year. This is at MSU, and minus 125. I think Minnesota's number 4 in the country, and Spartans are number 2. But we're going to take home ice advantage for minus 125 here.
putting up a unit and a half on that one.
I am. I think this is gonna be my first dive into NCAA hockey, so I might have a new green
Oh,
category next.
Good call. I don't think you've had any NCAA hockey.
I believe
So.
at
I
that
think Daryl
point.
has bet some though, but
Yes, I have. I believe at that point, Rich will ask that you break out the NCAA hockey.
Do you mind putting that up separately? By the way?
I might have you put a Spartan goalie mask on me next week.
I'll do that. I'll do anything you want. Anything you want. Here you go.
It depends on how the negotiations with West goes.
Shoot, I don't even know what's going on with this game. This was a 7:00, but I like the way the Wings are playing, and Montreal's not very good. So I could be talking. I don't want to talk this game up too much because I know they're probably in the middle of the second period here right now. So
Yeah. By the way, if you go to numbersguys.live, you can see all these picks as they go in. So you can get them before the show starts.
yeah,
If you
sorry
wanna
about that. I was
Rich
late
on
and
this.
forgot about the Red Wings there. So
Hey, no worries. D-Dub's got one pick tonight.
Yeah,
Ready?
just one.
Just one.
It's a money line parlay. Commodores, Commandos, Commoduchis. What do you call them?
Commodes?
Commodes.
Yeah, the commodes. Somebody calling me? Somebody calling you.
I'm getting a call from 111 111
that's
1111.
that's probably our subscribers out in Dubai. Let me pick that up.
Might be.
I'm
But
not
we have a lot in
gonna-
Iraq, believe it or not. That's
not gonna
is that
answer
an Iraq
this.
area code?
I think it might.
That sounds like a bill collector if ever.
Bills. So yeah.
The Bills will be collecting, Jim.
That's right. Good call. Good call.
What would you say if you could get a bet down that would pay you 4.85 units in return?
I'd say that'd be pretty good if you tell me that I'm going to win it.
I think the Chiefs are a lock, and I think the Commodores are maybe the upset. It's I think they're like plus 250-ish.
Surprised it's not higher on that.
Do you want this to win?
Yeah.
You want it to win? All right. It's the worst bet I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Terrible. I would put a pukey face next to it if I could.
Wow.
Yeah, it's probably going to win. You'll probably get that one. All right. Anything else you'd like to add about that?
I don't think that the Commodores should be favored. I just think the predictable pick would be the Eagles, right? You think that the Commodores have shot their wad, if you will.
I would think they did, yeah.
Tones was here, he would probably say that.
No, totally.
I wouldn't say that. That's his words.
Yeah, Tone said
My
blowing
words-
load.
My words, that would be. I just think. I think
Hit their ceiling?
they're hot.
There you go.
I think they're hot, and I don't think Hertz is 100%.
Yeah, I think he's playing hurt.
Yeah, literally.
What can
Yeah.
we get at the Bills commies, though? Be a little more than that, right?
Plus 105 with the Commodores would probably put it what plus 550, something like that.
We got V8 over there, Jim.
What's that?
What are you drinking, a V8?
No, I'm drinking
Is that Bud Light?
it's a Bud Light Lime out of a Trump koozie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't talked about.
Trump koozies? No, we did talk about
There's
them.
been some weird stuff going on since the inauguration day.
Nothing but good stuff. A lot of solid executive action.
What is going on with the Musk and Barron? I like
The sun?
I like the meme out there that says 2 different types of autism.
Yeah, I could see Barron maybe.
One
having a
guy's
little-
a freaking robot. Like he's literally
Oh, you're talking Barron.
yes,
Yeah,
robot.
kind of robotic.
And the other guy, I don't know what the hell's going on. He's on some speed or something.
No, I like that guy.
He's
You
he
would.
says he's on the spectrum, but I mean, he's like when you hear him on Rogan stuff, he doesn't seem like anything else than an alien.
Just kind of an alien. A little off. Just a little off.
I think when you're on that level, you can't talk to other people on your level. There's no one to talk to up there.
Right. Who you going to talk to? Yeah. No, I agree. Well, let's not
Weird
let's
stuff.
let's stay apolitical as we typically do on this show.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So you got that losing bet, so you'll probably win. I'm going to take the other way to do this. I'm going to go Sabalenka. This is just like yours, only different.
Sabby.
I'm taking Sabby to win the Australian. She's playing tomorrow night at 6 o'clock p.m. There's no way that Madison Keys wins this match.
Is that the right time?
That's what it said at MGM. I think it's wrong. It's probably 3 a.m.
It is 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's probably 3 a.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, maybe.
Maybe in Australia.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I think it is probably 3 a.m. And then the Bills to win, because the Bills are going to win that game. Plus 110. Sabby is minus 300. You put them together, 1 unit, plus 179. No-brainer. No-brainer. How about this one? 2 units on the Bills to win. The Bills are not going to lose this game, Daryl. They're not going to lose to the Chiefs this year. They are going to the Super Bowl. They're going to win the Super Bowl. I am that confident. I'm putting 2 units on it at plus 110. Yes, sir. Next up.
This
Hey,
feels
how about
like-
the Bills? Again.
This feels like last week's Lions.
This is, yeah, I kind of feel that way. This is a teaser. So in case I'm wrong, I'm going to take 7.5 points with the Bills here. I'm going to put
thought
2
about
units on
this.
this, and I got the Eagles down to a pick 'em. So Eagles will win. The Bills will come within 7.5, minus 120 at DraftKings. 2-unit play here. And last but not least, the Bills to win and the Eagles to win. A simple money line parlay, plus 179. However, after the fact, I thought this is an exacta, basically. So let's look at the exactas. It was plus 175 at DraftKings. However, if you take the exacta for the Super Bowl, Bills and Eagles, you can get it plus 180. So I'm 1 penny short. You can get a plus 180 at FanDuel. So put that in at FanDuel as an exacta. If you're going to tail me, which I wouldn't do this year when it comes to the NFL, but if you decided you want to, maybe I'm turning it around this week.
I don't know how all those picks could go wrong, Jim.
Well, there's one common denominator in all those picks. But I'll tell you what, if the Bills win, I should be looking pretty good. And I think...
Let's see. We had Broncos, Browns, and now we have the Bills.
I've been on the wrong side.
The 3 B's.
The 3 B's of defeat.
The 3
For
B's
Jim.
of defeat. Man, I hope the Bills don't lose. Not only for this, but just in general. I'd like to see the Bills win the Super Bowl. Wouldn't you?
I don't.
You know what's
a
this?
repeat of the 92 or 3 Super Bowl against Washington?
Was that when Norwood missed that?
No, that was against the Giants. That could have been
Against the
92 or
Giants.
93 too,
Yeah.
but that was
Was that
91.
who would they play in? Who did the Giants play in '90? The Broncos.
Well, they beat the Bills the first time the Bills went? That was the Norwood game because Parcells won the Super Bowl, all that stuff. That might have been. So, but the Giants went a couple years earlier than that too. They beat. I don't know who they beat in that game. What do you think? Broncos? Probably the Broncos.
They won in '86 and in '90. These are the seasons, right?
Yeah, I'll be close enough. I know what you're talking about. They beat the Bills in the 90s, because that was the start of the Bills' run against the NFC East. They
So
just could
yeah,
not
it
beat
was
them.
1990. They beat the Bills. Final
Wide
answer.
left.
Now, technically, the game I believe was in '91.
I think so. Whitney Houston, maybe? Was that the Whitney Houston
I feel like she was a
golf? It was like the golf war.
San Francisco game, but
Okay.
Yeah, that feels like a Gulf War.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
maybe,
probably right.
man. I think you are right.
I like when I hear
backtrack
that.
pretty quick, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I'm like, yeah, I think he is right.
I give Daryl some credit. He's usually just, you're wrong.
No, only when I'm sure of myself.
I thought she did it because it was a big deal.
Yeah, I think you're right. Good call, Rich.
All right.
Yeah, no adjudication needed on that one.
You should hit that little button over there, the one on your lower right.
Oh, you want me to do this
Keypad.
already?
Yeah.
I was going to give the trivia answers.
Hit that first, though. It kind of seems appropriate.
All right. Oh, yeah, that it does feel like the right time
Yeah.
for this. All right, hold on a second. You want me to put this on the screen, too, for you?
If you feel comfortable.
I feel comfortable with it. All right, here we go. Oh, I don't have any audio.
Soundless.
God damn. You know why? It's
Pause it.
They didn't see the movie. If
There we
Harry said in one of his movies that a man's got to know his limitations. Carl Lewis apparently didn't see the movie. If his rendition of the Star Spangled Banner prior to the Nets-Bulls game last night is any indication, as a public service, we present now only excerpts. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
All right, are we all ready? Here we go.
It's off to a bad start.
Carl Lewis.
Oh, say, can you see And the Rockets.
Yeah, he lost it there.
I'll make up for it now.
Uh-oh.
For the land of the free.
That was Star's national anthem.
Oh, rest in peace. That guy's the best.
Yeah.
Written by Francis Scott Off-Key. Those were last night's highlights. They were last night's highlights.
That was pretty good.
So I know it said last night, but last night,
Last night.
national anthem at the Arena.
Yeah, out at
Oakland
Oakland
Grizzlies
University, sure.
taking on Indiana, Fort
Purdue.
Wayne,
Shout out early for you.
the Mighty Mammoths
Okay.
versus the Golden Grizz.
Yeah.
The national anthem
Yes.
sung by you might know her as Crack. I call her daughter. She calls me dad. Elaine.
Elaine. Shout out
Sung
Elaine.
the national anthem.
Wow.
What?
Giving early shout outs here. This are standalone shout outs. This has to be something pretty spectacular to have a
Yeah.
standalone.
By herself?
By
Well,
yeah.
I use her as a surrogate for the whole Duncan Elementary. But
But
yeah,
she
sure.
was part of the
I think
ensemble.
of it as Elaine sung it, but you might say, Utica Community School's finest.
Did she do better than Carl Lewis? Is the
Oh,
point.
they were more of a choir type,
Yeah, right.
so it's hard to compare,
Yeah, I get that.
Uh-oh.
but nobody said uh-oh.
No? Okay.
I'll
So,
make it
yeah,
up.
shout out to Elaine Louise.
Shout out early. Before
Shout out
trivia,
early.
we've never actually technically done shout outs before.
We don't want to do the Roseanne Barr edition.
Oh,
of
that was bad. That was bad. As much as I love Roseanne, that was bad. That was bad.
Too funny.
Yeah,
She grabbed her crotch, I believe, is what you're getting at.
she did. Yeah, which was
spit.
inappropriate. And she spit.
And
yeah.
spat.
Yeah, I don't mind the crotch grabbing, but the spitting is where I draw the line on something like that.
Full of spit and vinegar.
Yeah. Hey, here's your trivia answer. Oh, by the way, the question was in 2004, the Washington Redskins traded Pro Bowl quarterback Champ Bailey. We got Dale Dub in the chat, by the way.
Dale jumping in there. He says Harry Connick
Yeah.
Jr. 91.
Okay.
Pro Bowl
All right.
running back.
Dale, what year was the Whitney one that everybody talks about then? If
I thought that was against the 49ers initially, but
You could be right.
if it was the Gulf War,
Well, we went a couple times at the golf, so
good point. It was definitely not any of the later
no.
Gulf.
No, it was definitely the first time around.
Gulf Storm.
Desert Storm?
Shock and awe.
Deserts. The Gulf of Iraq.
Golf of America.
Gulf of America. Richie, you said Clinton.
How's that spelling
Portis.
there, Jimbo?
That looks spot on to me, buddy.
All right.
Oh, here's the trivia question. Clinton Portis was your answer. Mm-hmm. And Dub, he says Clinton Portis.
Final answer.
Also spelled correctly.
University of
I
Miami.
think. Boy, correct answer was Clinton Portis. I am buying the beer again next week.
Geez, who won that
This is
trade?
2 weeks in a row. Who won that trade? Exactly. I don't know. Champ Bailey, did he do anything after
One
that?
of the all-time greats, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He
Clinton
was a
Portis.
double threat.
He only averaged 3.8
Champ-
yards per carry with the
How good
Skins.
was Champ, though, with... I can't remember. I don't know. I feel like he had a couple really good years with the Broncos, but he was definitely an all-time Redskin, too.
And by the way, Dale Dub in the chat. What's going on, Dale Dub? He says 92 was Harry Connick Jr.
Oh, 92 now? He changed
He
it?
changed it.
Oh, looks like Whitney was 91.
Changed his answer. So, yeah, I'll be buying the beer next week.
Something that you don't
Damn.
seem to mind to do.
Well, apparently, it seems like I'm doing it all the time lately. These questions are going to start getting a
Makes
little harder.
you sort of
but not too hard.
it's sort of a classy move to be the one that buys the beer.
This guy. I looked at that question. I kind of thought you guys would get that.
Classy and courageous.
Shout out. Richie, got anybody?
You're a classy and courageous dude.
I am. Yeah.
What went on this week? Well, I'm heading down over to Grand Rapids. If you guys are in the area, we can go a little 5-1 Elite East here, taking gold bracket play. So we'll see how they do.
I don't know what that means. Is that a volleyball term?
Volleyball, they finished in the top 30. I'm sorry, they were top 5 out of the 30.
Wow.
So
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they lost one game to the team that went undefeated as the number 1 seed. We're like the number 5 seed. So
Gotcha.
good start this year. gonna check out the Gerald Ford Airport while I'm over there, and
It's a nice place.
yeah,
The Jerry Ford Airport.
Shut up.
that's right.
You flying out there? Or you're just gonna go walk around the hangar?
I was thinking about taking the private jet we got.
Gotcha.
In the
Think the
hangar
numbers
over
guys
there.
playing.
Yeah, the numbers guys playing. I was thinking it's a nice little short jaunt.
Thanks, Darko, by the way, for that.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
You know, fuel's not too bad for that kind of flight. So
That's a short one.
yeah.
Short one. I flew to Jackson for a burger one time. Did I tell you that story?
I remember you used to fly up to Traverse City for the strawberries, didn't you?
I never flew to Traverse City, but a buddy of mine.
You flew to Jackson?
Yeah, I flew out to Jackson because they have legendary burgers at the airport.
Did you
there.
fly out of Oakland?
Yes. Yep. Flew out of
gotcha.
Oakland. Yeah, I would never fly in a plane like that ever again. D-Dub.
Was it like a 2-banger?
Yeah, it was a 2-banger, and I pretty much closed my eyes the whole way. I didn't like it.
If you don't like bridges, you probably aren't gonna like those kind of.
Yeah, but you like jets don't bother me. No problem, man. But this thing, yeah.
Well, that's like how all the greats die on those little planes, right?
Right. That's what I thought. I'm like one of
Thankfully,
the greats.
you didn't
and,
run into a
I'm
mountain
like Richie Valens here.
Yeah, Peyton,
Yeah.
Stewart,
Peyton
Payne.
Peyton Manning. The Peyton Manning. What do you got, D-Dub? You already shouted out a lane.
Shout out to my other offspring, Holden. I don't really want to get into this, but having a little bit of a hard time. There was somebody lost a friend this past week, so you don't really want to see your kids go through that kind of stuff.
Oh, no.
Lost a classmate, a teammate from his baseball team, and
Oh, God, that's horrible.
yeah. So
Shut up.
Oh, shout out Holmes, man. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't know that either. I didn't know Holden knew him.
yeah, sad stuff. Sad stuff.
I don't know the story. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
off
we
air.
can talk.
Yeah.
Very sad.
I'm going to shout out. That's an odd shout out, but
Shut up.
Dami was supposed to be on the show tonight.
That's your offspring.
My oldest boy, yeah, but his girlfriend's grandma passed away. So
Jesus criminy.
yeah, we're going to give a shout out to Liz.
This is the most morbid freaking.
It really is.
shout-outs.
It's ending in a bad way. But yeah, shout out to Liz. I know that's never easy to lose a grandparent. So yeah, we're gonna go. I hate to end with that. Let's give a good shout out, a positive shout out. We have
Go
272 subscribers. That can't go Lions.
Shut up.
So we have
play
some new subs. So
Play the Carl Lewis.
yeah, and shout out Dante
Carl
in the
Lewis
chat.
again?
You want to do that again? That's positive.
I don't think it's.
Over 650 views last week.
Yeah,
It's,
it was a big show last week.
Maybe hit that thumbs up
A thumbs up would be nice. Yeah, we'd like
when we
that.
get up to 800 this week.
I'd like to see that, man. That'd be great. Yeah, well, it really wasn't. I think because YouTube, like, it closed captions everything, and it knows what you say. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe Jimmy Stewart is what got us there. So Jimmy Stewart. It's a Wonderful Life. Great
Is that
show.
what they do? Is they do the closed captioning to do, and include it in their algorithm? For
I think
people?
it has something to do with it. Yeah,
Jeez, that explains that our mean age went up by 12 years.
right. Because
That's crazy.
that's funny. But
Then
yeah.
the products the ladies talked about, that was like an all timer. Well,
Which one?
like when the two wives were on last time, that was a very high view.
That was a
show,
high one,
and
yeah,
they
that
must have been talking like they talk obviously about some things we don't.
God, what did
Right.
we talk
Must have
about
caught the
in that one?
algorithms.
What did there was something that came about?
I don't remember what that was. Maybe it was just because it was female voices. They thought, that might be worth it. I don't know. But we'll be back next week, guys. Hopefully with more positive news. Hopefully with a Bills victory under our belts.
Is that positive?
That's positive. Tone should be back at that point. Richie should still be here unless Wes Reynolds takes his place. So we'll see you
It's an
guys.
upgrade. I
in
can
one
understand that.
week. Until then,
See ya, everybody.
Man, this guy's gonna attack Hodge with a crowbar.
oh, he is. This is not a Tommy gun.